like a penguin. I just wanna love you, baby, I just wanna hug. I know it's hard sometimes dealing with a thug, but when you with me, you can get it all rough. Baby, come relax, I just filled up the tub. And a bottle of wine, just in case she wanna get drunk. Come and get up under me, I like to be bunched up. Laid up, laughing, talking about how we gon' come up. Then we made love, I fall asleep until the sun up. Baby, the way we vibing, girl, it's meant to be. All these other hoes don't mean shit to me. We who everybody say they wanna be. Round here we look like the Beyonce and Jay-Z. Hey, 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 hey. You know, baby girl, yeah, I need you. All these other bitches, yeah, they see through. All your friends talking wanna be you. Hey, 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 hey. You know, baby girl, yeah, I need you. All these other bitches, yeah, they see through. All your friends talking wanna be you.
I'm African, but my chopper is Russian. You must be nuts if you think I won't bust you. Everywhere a nigga go, I got some change on me. Thought a nigga was my homie, but that nigga changed on me. How you gon' walk out on this, then put the blame on me? The ops got a nigga north, so I keep that thing on me. Everywhere a nigga go, I got some change on me. Thought a nigga was my homie, but that nigga changed on me. How you gon' walk out on this, then put the blame on me? The ops got a nigga north, so I keep that thing on me. If you gon' mention a nigga, make sure to say he bout his paper and end the discussion. I'm African, but my chopper is Russian. You must be nuts if you think I'm on bushin'. Chop in the hood in this rush hour traffic, I'm with Crazy Chris and he keep him a tucker. Bet on the Lakers at Salmon Low House, then I walk up the street, get a plate, I ain't Buffy. Why you say it if you really don't love me? Why you here if you really ain't for me? Why we fucking if you say I'm disgusting? Why you tripping if you kept me slipping with a bitch? Remember you was saying we nothing. Bitch, I really stand for something. The money really got my hands on something. You gotta get a plan or something. You keep on grinding, then them bands will come. Ain't nobody stopping this. On my mama, no nigga is topping this. If you want it, you gotta come shop with us. I was broke, then I got me a platter. Now my pockets fatter than a hippopotamus. Niggas can't see me, go get some binoculars. 4 bitches, 8 legs, just like an octopus. Yeah, hey. They thought it was over. They thought I was beat. I don't be talking too much, but that silence will put them to sleep. I'm rolling like a roller coaster, making this money off a Motorola. I'm living life like I'm supposed to. Play with me, I'ma post you on a poster. Everywhere a nigga go, I got some change on me. Thought a nigga was my homie, but that nigga changed on me. How you gon' walk out on this, then put the blame on me? The ops got a nigga north, so I keep that thing on me. Everywhere a nigga go, I got some change on me. Thought a nigga was my homie, but that nigga changed on me. How you gon' walk out on this, then put the blame on me? The ops got a nigga north, so I keep that thing on me. Yo.
A lot of blue hunters, I'm getting money. I used to have nothing, nah. When shit going good, they ride. When it go bad, they running, nah. But you know me, I am a G, I'm just gon' thug it out. He say it's before our laws involved. Pull up my block and let's shoot it out. Ay, 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 how could they change on me? I never had that in my brain, you was my main homie. Ay, all this stress got me wanting a PRC. It ain't funny when the family feud, this ain't Steve Harvey. Ooh. I'm back in my mode and I ain't reopening none of them doors. Come home for prison and I ain't never told. Stay down with the one that never been a foe. I can't wait until a nigga on the road. Keep me away from who flawed this show. No, I'm on real when my heart made it go. You change your meat and you sell your soul.
Everywhere a nigga go, I got some change on me. Thought a nigga was my homie, but that nigga changed on me. How you gon' walk out on this, then put the blame on me? The ops got a nigga north, so I keep that thing on me. Everywhere a nigga go, I got some change on me. Thought a nigga was my homie, but that nigga changed on me. How you gon' walk out on this, then put the blame on me? The ops got a nigga north, so I keep that thing on me. Yo.
CJ on the track.
Hey, I wanna shake your hand, I'm straight. Cause most of these niggas be fake. Talk about you, then smile in your face. I'ma fuck around and catch me a case. Hey, I don't wanna fuck, bitch, give me your face. Hey, I dog these hoes don't play. Lil' boy, you a bitch, so stay in your place. I'm out the hood like Section 8. Hey, I wanna shake your hand, I'm straight. Cause most of these niggas be fake. Talk about you, then smile in your face. I'ma fuck around and catch me a case. I don't wanna fuck, bitch, give me your face. Hey, I dog these hoes don't play. Lil' boy, you a bitch, so stay in your place. I'm out the hood like Section 8.
Lately been shopping for drip, I been popping the tag. Running up quick like flash. I'm trying to buy me a coupe just to go do the dash. I can't be going outside, especially not by no hoe. I'm trying to go rock out a show. I'm tapping for grams when I trap out the zip. One thing they don't know is I give them for low. My brother a shooter, I heard that he spent on a nigga. I gotta keep that on the low. And no, I can't trip over nothing. I stay on the block with the center. I'm trying to go get me a bucket. Lately been feeling like fuck it. Then I bought a bag for the five, so I ain't gotta take it. You can get rich or you lucky. The way that I'm living, I know that sometimes it get ugly. I know sometimes it get bad. Lately I've been in my bag. I want the riches. Remember when I had the rag? Be with niggas who be waving they flag. 30 rock clips we be carrying mad. I know I'm next to the blow. I'm hard to fuck in the booth. I've been due for a show. I stacked them racks in a row. And no, I can't let them. She knowing that they gotta
shake your hand, I'm straight. Cause most of these niggas be fake. Talk about you, then smile in your face. I'ma fuck around and catch me a case. Hey, I don't wanna fuck, bitch, give me your face. Hey, I dog these hoes don't play. Lil' boy, you a bitch, so stay in your place. I'm out the hood like Section 8. Hey, I wanna shake your hand, I'm straight. Cause most of these niggas
Everybody,
talk about you, then smile in
we
your
back
face.
on, man.
It's
been a while since we went live, but you know, what can I say, man? Anytime is a good time. So let's go.
I'm in the field, just like a grape. Aunt your mama, bitch, I'm
What we
making
doing
it cake.
today,
Boy,
guys?
you a bit, beat you up, put fire in your face. These niggas telling they building a cake. They tried to catch me, I'm pulling the race. I get a bun, I bun out the day. Link up with Zay and smoke back to the face. Get in the booth and
Alrighty, man. Let's get to it, man. Again, you haven't joined the Discord. Discord is bussing. It is fucking moving. We got some new members. We're up to 8 members now. Again, you can just come and join. You know, we have good conversations on here. You know, we talk about, you know, plugins, mixing and mastering, what's happening in the industry. And sometimes we just kick it here, man. We just come out here and we just talk, have conversations. So, again, guys, if y'all want to join the Discord, please join the Discord. We're getting new members in and just trying to grow the community up. But it's definitely a gem to be in this community, man. We got big things planned, and we're gonna do it. Alrighty, guys. I'm just thinking about listening to some samples, making some beats at first. If y'all ever have any questions about mixing and mastering, music production, or just the music business in general, put your question on the chat. We'll get to it, and I'll try to get you an answer. But other than that, man, let's just make some beats real quick, and let's go, man. Literally just found out about this, so obviously I'm with Airbit. That's my beat provider. That's the the service I use to sell beats. I didn't know they had a Discord. And then I have a tab which is collabs. And I'm really finding out the capabilities of Discord and how cool it is to do. But this is awesome. But yeah, they have a section where you can just go through samples. As long as you give proper credit, you know, that's all that matters. Proper credit, proper splits. You guys are good. Don't just steal samples, all right? Don't just steal them. But we're just gonna go through some samples, see which one we want to fuck with. Maybe a couple sample beats, and then we're good. Until someone has a question. These are all fucking. Yeah, let's just try one. Let's try this one real quick. What's the BPM on this bad boy? $159 D sharp minor. Alrighty, 159 D sharp minor. You gotta make sure your piano roll is highlighted properly. D sharp minor, we're good to go. Let's bring that bad boy in. Cool. Make sure these are aligned. Put that. That's too slow. Some of these samples were not made right. I don't know why. Alright, let's do it. Nick on froze. Bling blow. Nick on frozen. Mr. Beat the Road. What's good, Max? What's good, man? We just cooking up some beats. Ain't nothing different. Just chilling. What was the name of the sample? Let's go. No, I accidentally deleted Spectral Layers 11 and now most of my wave plugins. Damn. You might be. Did you lose like all your plugins or all your sounds? Because you could probably just go back and maybe there's like a, how do I say it, like a backup folder or something. You could probably do that. Probably wait to like figure out where to get those backup files. Usually Pro Tools has like a backup folder that you can always access. That was a good one. Super simple as fucking B. Let's go on to the next one. See what we can work with, man. What else is out here? They ain't even got jump loops and shit. Jump loops. Let's see. Let's do that one. Let's see what we got. Tempo 64. fuck? great ideas right there. move on to the next one. Got a couple more. They're all fire. I'll do this red glass one. Was it 140? Again, guys, if you have any questions about mixing and mastering, or just have any thoughts about the music game, or just, bored, man, type something in the chat, man. Let's get this party started, man. Trying to get some conversation started. Maybe some questions. Anything, guys, anything. I know my dad, my dog Max is in here. My dog John. We all in the Discord. Again, the Discord is the best way to get a hold of us. We do a lot of fucking cool things on there. And the most important thing is that we collab. We all fuck with each other, and we share our stuff, and we boost our plays. We boost everything, man. In house. We try to run like a label, and that's probably what we're trying to do, is run a label. But we need people behind us. We need a team. So that's why we build a Discord, and that's so you can have all the insights of what we're doing. All right, let's see where we at. There you go. $140. I hate when that shit happens with these samples. There you go. do, man. Dude, it's a cool video. Thought this one was a cool.
Not on paper.
Problem.
This is the revenue model of the IP that they own and control. So interesting that they see the growth potential as being through merch and physical products.
So the thing that independent artists been doing this whole time, we see the major labels are starting to come forward. That is the main word. Your website, something that you own. We're not just leading people to Spotify. We're literally building Spotify's company for them. What's good, everybody? You already know who it is, man. It's your boy, the Man. And today I'm here to talk to you guys about Streaming 2.0. Yes, you heard me correctly. Streaming 2.0 is 2.0,
guys.
And I'm here to tell you what exactly it is and what you need to do to make sure that you don't get
gotta stay on top of this stuff, guys.
A lot of artists have Streaming 1.0 that we're currently in right now. Now, Streaming 2.0 is basically the concept of super fandom on a major level, because Universal Music Group has basically been making and sparking these multi-year agreements with the biggest players in the streaming industry. As you can see, Universal Music Group and Spotify strike a multi-year agreement. All right, now this music agreement is, as we can see right here, Streaming 2.0. Now, Lucian Grange, if you don't know, he's probably the most powerful person in the music industry, which is the chairman, the CEO of Universal, and he's really on the prowl right now. I'm talking about he's making deals with not only Spotify, but towards the end of last year, he also inked the same deal with Amazon. So what do they want from Streaming 2.0? Now, Streaming 2.0 is basically the streaming subscriptions offering becoming segmented and more expensive options of the music superfan. So we're in the age of content now, but the exclusive content, the content that fans are more willing to pay for, that's what they're coming after now, right? So the thing that independent artists been doing this whole time, we see the major labels are starting to come forward. So we got to be smart about this and understand what's going on right now in Streaming 1.0. Seeing that per stream pay is nothing to boast about. It's nothing to jump around with jolly about. So with them coming for what's kind of left for the independent artist, which is basically having that super fan willing to pay for your merch, willing to pay to get in a community.
We were talking about this last night, where, like, again, you only need 125 people, like how Nipsey did it. You know, he got, I think, 1,000 people just to pay $100 for his album. He made $100,000. Right, so like there's people out there, right? The super fan, right? The people that are gonna follow you, they're really gonna. You only need like a couple of thousands of them. Like, you don't need the whole world. So that's the thing where they're trying to tell you that now the labels know that. They know that this little piece of the pie that we never really focused on, the super fan, right? If we can create, companies around that super fan, helping artists have that growth with the consumer and owning these platforms is going to make them 10 times more money, right? And we're already seeing it, right? Like in Spotify, you can buy tickets from there. On Spotify, you can buy your merch from the artists. It's pretty much going to be like a 360 deal, 720 deal now that these labels want to get a part of that, in which they are. They already got our streaming money. So now they're going for this.
Group with you, willing to see behind the scenes things from you. Seeing that the major labels are starting to really adapt and understand.
And this is the reason why, like, y'all should really pay attention. Like how Drake put out that whole 100 gigs shit on his website, right? Like, why didn't he just do the Taylor Swift route, right, and make a fucking blockbuster of a fucking documentary and put it out on Netflix or put it on movie theaters. He can do that. But he was trying to make a point. He was trying to put out something that the labels wouldn't be able to control. And that's the website. Having your own platform, having your own fucking place where people can come and just vibe out with you, and you own that platform. That's the key. That's the key of this website stuff, you know, having your own website. Because again, now you can just go direct to consumer, right? On your website, you can sell your album, and you can keep 100% of it. So why would you even go to the streaming platforms? Oh, but everybody's paying $10, $15 for a subscription. Why would I want to put it? Yeah, you can, but you can wait 6 months before you put it on streaming platforms and try and make all that money off of just your website selling your album, right? It's like selling it back in the day. You know how Texas rappers used to do it off the trunks. You know, they're selling off the trunk. You know, selling fucking mixtapes off the trunk. But now it's digital. Now it's the whole digital mindset. But it's still we're still gotta take it. You gotta take matters in your hands and sell it. But that's the key. They're gonna come for all that shit now.
And how big the independent artist is, and they're coming for the whole framework of the independent artist.
There you go.
I want to play a video for you guys of this lady right.
Keyword, guys, framework. Like when I started getting into coding and development and all these applications, fucking frameworks, bro. Frameworks. They're the lifeblood. They're the actual building blocks of all the shit that we do. You know, we don't create shit from scratch. You know, we have frameworks that help us. It's like your tool belt. You know, when you're building a house, you don't have to build the fucking hammer, right? You don't build a chainsaw. You get those tools already, you know, and that's what frameworks are. They're here to actually help you. But now they're trying to take all that shit.
Right here, who really broke this streaming 2.0 down. We're gonna go ahead and strategically show you right now what's going on, where this is all coming from, and how you guys can actually gain your control back. Let's get right into it.
I'm going to break down the streaming agreement between UMG and Spotify in 4 slides. This is the vision of streaming for Universal. The key word to focus on here is super fandom. This is how they feel like they're going to grow. This is, by the way...
Yo, look at this shit, man. This is crazy. Music is universal, right? Super fandom will accelerate music industry economics. And then fact number 1, streaming is a quantum leap forward in the music axis of monetization, guys. Come on, man. It's just I can't stress this enough, bro. Like, if we crack the code, if we figure it out, bro, it's so much money.
The Hybe music model.
Now, let's just stop it right there. Now, as we can see on the screen right now, this is where they're coming for it all, right? This is basically the concept of the streaming platform, streaming 2.0, right? So they're talking about super fandom. We're talking about...
And the crazy part about this is, like, if it was another industry or a different, you know, type of business, this is like monopoly type of shit, bro. Like, it's just I don't see why the government has not stepped in. It is stupid the amount of power they have, and it's very, very, very surprising that no one has jumped in to stop this. It is crazy.
About the fan that's willing to buy pretty much anything that you're putting out there, the super fan. Now, is this anything new? Well, no. This is actually a concept that's been happening for a long time now, right? It's dating back all the way to the 60s when the Beatles were even top of like everything there was in music, right? So as you can see right here, there was a thing called fan mail. Fan mail is basically what it sounds like. It's when fans would send mail to their favorite artists, and literally the artist would be writing back, showing you that engagement and fan building is super huge and always was in the music industry, dating back to the 60s before the internet. Now, the thing that was a little bit different from the 60s and today, of course there's going to be differences, but the main difference was it was direct, okay? It was direct communication with their fans. It was direct to their fans. There was no algorithm in between it. Now, let's go look at what it looks like today with some successful musicians in the music industry who have found some success independently, which is basically what Music 2.0 is coming to. Now, side note, if you don't believe that the majors are seeing what's going on with the independent route and how successful it's becoming when people do it correctly, just think about all the different music majors that are now coming up with distribution. Why are they becoming distribution companies now? Think about it. We're seeing Rock Nation distribution. Very soon, I believe we're going to be seeing Universal distribution itself coming into that independent field, and we see why. Let's be real. So, what does this look like today?
This is what I try to tell y'all. Let's start on labels. Let's start on things. Literally take everything and do everything in-house. It's just a cycle, guys. They already blew out the whole fucking pop star. Now they're trying to recycle again, and for the next 100 years it's gonna be again. Like, we're gonna go through this whole cycle again, and you have to be in front of it. You have to know what to do already. We already seen so many examples of what happens. Like, they're just gonna rinse and repeat again, over and over and over.
This looks like La Russell. This looks like Nipsey Hussle. This looks like Tech Nine and a bunch more. We can even go into the company named Hybe. Hybe is a K-pop company which has been finding so much success with fan-centric engagement. When it comes to the K-pop industry, they've just been doing outstanding numbers. Literally Hybe, the same Hybe that bought QC. Yes, that Hybe. But that's just showing you how the fan-centric system works. Now,
how much did QC sell for? I think QC sold for 300K. Not 300K. 300 million. Quality Control sold for, yeah, Hybe. Oh wow, Hybe. So according to the music reports, Atlanta-based rap label Quality Control was sold to South Korean company Hybe for approximately 300 million. The deal was led by Hybe American CEO Scooter Braun. Man, Scooter Braun, man. If y'all don't know, Scooter Braun also owns like a big part of Taylor Swift's catalog. But yeah, that motherfucker. Wow. I'm telling you guys, there's just so much goddamn money that, like, they don't want to tell us. Where is this money coming from? Like, it's obviously the music, guys. That's crazy.
What's happening these days? So now we're seeing artists like these be able to leverage the technology age, right? So what does the technology age look like in music right now, right? We have social media, streaming, memberships, merch, live experiences, and direct sales. So we have artists like Nipsey Hussle with the $100 mixtape, right? We also see Nipsey do the Proud to Pay model, which has literally inspired La Russell to do the pay what you want type of model. Now, what's the key thing that these independent artists are doing that's making them successful inside the streaming 1.0 stage? They're already ahead of the curve, especially Nipsey Hussle. Been ahead of the curve. But Nipsey Hussle spawned artists like these to be able to some of these things. Now let's keep it going. Give the fans the music when they actually want it. Stop begging people to pre-save your music. Instant gratification. Just give your music away for free. Well, sorta. I'll show you how we're gonna make this one work out for you though. First, you're gonna drop a piece of content that showcases your music and say, hey, my song's coming out November 5th, but if you wanna hear it now, go ahead and drop a fire emoji and I'll send it to you before the song comes out. Now, when those fans actually come across this piece of content and they start dropping all those fire emojis, not only is that gonna boost the engagement and show Instagram that people like this piece of content, sharing it with a whole bunch of other people, but in the background, you're gonna have an auto message responding to each and every one of those people that drop a fire emoji, and then send them to a page that collects their phone number and then instantly send them a text of a private link of that song. So now you just boosted the IG algorithm and you collected the contact of a fan. And I know this might sound a little bit complicated, but you can do this super easy all through a platform called Upstream. But now, after you've done that and collected hundreds of contacts, on drop day, you can remove the temporary link and send them the actual stream link and ask them to save it, which is gonna boost you in the algorithm of Spotify as well. And now they can actually listen to it on streaming platforms, which should boost your Spotify as well. And if you ask me, this sounds a lot better than just asking somebody to pre-save your music. Yep. Now let's get back to the breakdown here.
In early 2024, Sir Lucian did an entire keynote that super fandom was going to be how they expand their business. Universal also offered some statistics that paid subscription has not reached its peak. It has in the US. We've been flat at 84% for 3 years, but this is a global business. 1 billion subscribers by 2028. And
Yeah, like Facebook, you know, the thing about Facebook is just a free app, so therefore, but they have Instagram, WhatsApp, all this. Like again, it's just it's a thing. Like you gotta get more users, regardless. Even if you tapped out in the U.S., you still got what's 6.5 billion other users in the world.
pause to read this. This is the revenue model of the IP that they own and control. So interesting that they see the growth potential as being through merch and physical product.
So let's break it down. If we're looking at this graph right here, this is what the UMG revenue is. And as we can see, the majority of their revenue came from paid subscriptions. Now, that was pretty much, this looks like about 45% or so. Basically, half of their revenue came from paid subscriptions. But as she said, they've been capped for probably the last 3 years. Basically, still being capped in the USA. They have been looking forward to see all the different revenue streams. Out of all the revenue streams, where do they see the most potential? And they came to say that it was actually in the super fan business, okay? Now, like I said, plenty of independent artists are already thriving in this model, and you can too if you understand what's going on and how you can implement this infrastructure into your business. So let's talk about it. So when we're talking about super fans, we have to understand that gaining a fan or gaining a person who's gonna buy something from you, you have to understand that you have to send them through a funnel. Now, a lot of artists just simply aren't thinking about this, but you have to think like this if you want to be successful, because you don't have to be the biggest artist to make money and live off of your music. You just
Again, if y'all haven't really learned about funnels and all this stuff, okay, guys, great books to read by my dog Russell Brunson. Expert Secrets and the .com Secrets. I'm telling you guys, this is the reason why this guy is fucking successful. You know, the creator of ClickFunnels. But yeah, bro, like these books teach you why you have to create funnels. And funnels are the way that people travel through. It's funneling in the traffic and what you want them to do. Again, guys, great fucking books, man. Like, these are gold mines. And it just teaches you the actual fundamentals of why people use funnels. And again, I never thought that can be implemented in the music game, but it does.
have to have the correct infrastructure and understand the inner workings as a whole and have a system around it. So let's talk about it. So what does a fan funnel look like? Pretty much a fan funnel is kind of just like the same way that a funnel looks when a water funnel, right? So we have a fan funnel. This is a terrible drawing, but listen, I'm making it happen, you heard? So this is pretty much a fan funnel. So let's just say this is where people are starting to come in, and this is where we want them to come out to a show. Okay, that is sitting here at the bottom of the funnel. Okay, so there's top of funnel and there's bottom of funnel. Okay, so
usually the top of the funnel would be your cold traffic, right? Just people just gradually just coming into your funnel, right? And that could be anything from content creation to YouTube's to, you know, ads, running cold ads to just, you know, cold traffic, like anything that gets them involved to get them inside the funnel. And then now when you got them inside the funnel, the middle part would be your warm audience, right? You got them already warmed up. They're in the funnel. All right. You want them to do the next step, right? And which is buy something, which could be a show, merch, or listen to your music. But you have to have this funnel already established for them to go through the process, you know?
at the top of the top, this is pretty much everything that we're doing to gain their interest. So up here would be like your social media or a feature on an artist's song or maybe opening for a show.
I like to think about it like in an octopus type of way, right? Like you're the octopus, you're the main body of the octopus. Its tentacles are different little things, and each one moves its own individually. And whenever you got something or a predator or a prey, and you really want to get it, you grab it with one tentacle, right? So think about like the tentacles being their own individual funnels, right? That could be social media content, that could be YouTube content. One of the other tentacles could be your music on Spotify, like different things, right? Will start funneling in towards you. And now you can actually make them do something. If you have all these tentacles routed the right way and it makes a funnel in, then you'll get your food, right? So that's the aspect I like to think about it. It's like an octopus, right? Octopus has eight different fucking hands, tentacles, and it's all doing different things. It's just like a funnel, right?
Show for somebody, right? This is basically those places where you're going to gain their interest. Now, as we go deeper into the funnel, you're going to want a way to gather data. We want to gather data. We want to gather real subscribers. We want people to subscribe to what we're doing, okay? So people that's actually checking for us, not people that's just hearing about us, but we want people to actually start checking for us and playing.
Whether it's an email, whether it's a phone number, whether it's a follow or a like, whether it's a comment, anything, data, guys. Data is fucking like, is more worth than oil. Again, we already come to this realization that data is money. If you don't know your data, then you don't fucking own anything.
Us on their own, not hearing us just on a playlist, but hearing us because they chose to hear us. At this same token, we want people to actually start giving us their data. So we want to actually get their data.
And this is a rant besides that. Like, why would record labels want to grow this section of fandom and get into this side of fucking independency? Guys, the last thing that we have right now is our websites. I wouldn't be surprised if Universal and all these music labels start buying fucking shares of Wix, of fucking Shopify, of fucking Hostinger, or like all these fucking hosting sites. I would not be surprised if they start buying these companies. I wouldn't be surprised. Because again, what are they going to go for? The data. It is crazy, guys. Like, don't like, it's literally in your face. Okay. Is it like a plugin? I didn't know if it was a plugin or you were like doing different things. Spectre Layers 11. Never heard of that one. Let me look it up.
Like phone numbers or emails. Now, a lot of you might be saying, yo, this sounds super crazy, super complicated, but it's not as complicated as you think. What if I told you everything that you're doing right now, if you change one thing, will literally change the entirety of your music fan growth? Let me
Yeah. I was messing around with the bitrate. Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate that little thing, the little info. I've been trying to mess around with it because I know if I put it too up, it starts lagging. But now I'm at like 3,500 bitrate. So maybe that's the Goldilocks.
Tell you what I'm talking about. Now, when you think about Spotify, when you're releasing a song, what's the first marketing that you think about doing when you're going to release a song? I'm going to read your mind. The first thing that you're thinking about is a Spotify pre-save. If I read your mind correctly, comment down in the description. Wave man, you did that. You did. So Spotify pre-save, okay? The Spotify pre-save, okay? Now, first of all, this is very, I don't want to say I hate this, but artists solely using the Spotify pre-save, I understand, because maybe you don't know what you don't know. But the Spotify pre-save is such an old tactic. I think that when people are actually even hearing about a Spotify, it's kind of a turnoff for some people, right? Because they've heard it so much. We need innovation at this point. But nonetheless, the Spotify pre-save. So let's think about what a Spotify pre-save journey looks like. So basically, it's a landing page that they say is yours with your song on there, and it has a pre-save button. Now, once they save that song, where does it take them? It takes them to Spotify.com, right? The website, Spotify.com. And what does it ask them for on that page? It tells them to sign in, okay? So you just did all this promotion work, right, to send them to a landing page, to then send them to Spotify, okay? And they say, listen, before you can pre-save that song, go ahead, give me some of that info. Right? So Spotify goes and takes their name. And when I say info, because they're making them log in. That's what they're making them do. They're making them log in. So they want their name, email, and some, because they're tracking every single thing that you're doing inside of the platform. In turn, what do you get for getting somebody to pre-save your song? All you're going to be seeing is a bunch of ones and zeros. That's all you get. You don't get a name, email, phone number, anything at all.
Yeah, that's the thing, guys. It's just like they're gonna come after our data now, our actual real independency data that we get, right? I was telling this guys like last night we were chatting about like just data, right? Data is very important. You know, I'm not trying to boast or anything, but like my Stripe account, you know, we done it. We done some good numbers, right? And I'm not trying to boast about the numbers that we done. You know, 36,000 in the last 4 years. Not bad, right? That's an average of what, $10,000, $9,000, $8,000. Like, guys, I have data, guys. I have data. I go to my customers. Please don't leak this out. But we got all the emails. We got all our fucking subscriptions. We just imagine a platform like Spotify with all the data they have, and then they still try to come and get some more. You know what I mean, guys? Like it is very, 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 very crazy. Like super fandom. Like, imagine, right? And this is just my mixing and mastering place where I get my people to pay for me and for my services and stuff. But I got my dog Swain, man. My dog Swain has paid me over $3,100. Don't you think that's a fucking super fan? My other dog Fatia and my dog Cam, they've done the same. $1,500, $1,400. These are 3 people, guys, that have made me what, $6,000-$7,000? Just 3 people? Like, that's the power that they're trying to get at. The independency. And it is very frustrating because, like, they're going to try to get fucking control of this. And I know, I see it. They're about to get control of this stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised if they start getting part ownership of these fucking hosting companies, these website companies, everything. Because they just want more data, man. It is insane.
Okay, now that in a nutshell is the problem. This is the problem because in any business, everybody knows that.
Again, I'm not trying to rant, but why would I? Yes, I want to stream. I love the streaming platforms. I love everything because it is super convenient. The technology is good. You know, I don't want to be paying or downloading individual tracks. So just the streaming thing's cool. I get it. But why would I focus on streaming so much, right? I want to focus on streaming, but like, if I got 3 people alone that are paying me for mixing and mastering, and it's over $5,000, why would I work so much on streaming? You get me? Like it and get like a third of a cent per stream. Where over here, if I just focus on mixing and mastering, I can make $5,000 off of 3 people. That's how the labels are looking at it now. It's like, we got to get into this avenue because there's big numbers out here. Like,
the data is the most essential part of a business, right? An email list. Companies sell email lists. That's how important.
Hey guys, if y'all want emails, I got you, and the good emails, because they're coming from people that actually did business with me. So if y'all want emails, I got you.
And valuable it is, okay? An email list alone can have a company start up or have a company continue to thrive and stay alive, okay? And that's the one thing I find that artists are not doing, okay? So Spotify pre-save don't work anymore. Now what artists should be doing is sending their music directly to their fans, allowing them to choose what streaming platform they want to stream your music off of, or if they want to buy music directly from you. How me and a couple of the artists that I work with set this up is by using a platform called Upstream, which is like a super revolutionary all-in-one marketing platform for artists specifically. Basically how it works is pretty much almost the same as a pre-save, except for it's a one-pager and it pretty much collects the fan's contact, whether it be a phone number or email. But the magic really happens here. Everybody that was opting into that Upstream page that I just told you about will get your music sent to them straight through text automatically on drop day. It literally changed the game for us. First week engagement numbers went up tenfold, and now I can sell directly to the fans due to the flexibility of the platform. So it's a win-win for artists. What should artists be doing? Number one, this should actually look like this, okay? So you get on social media and you do promo. And when you do the promo, you should be leading people always to your website, okay? Let's put that in website, okay? Website, landing page, we'll put landing page, but something that you own. So that is the main word, your website, something that you own. We're not just leading people to Spotify. We're literally building Spotify's company for them, okay? But in order to build your business, you need to bring people to your platform where you own. So your website. Now, there's plenty of websites out there, but the way that I like to do this is by using a company name, Upstream. Now, this is actually our company here on this page. Now, the reason why I say Upstream is not only because we are the people that made Upstream for artists like you, but we understand what artists need because we were artists first. Upstream is a place where you can get a website, you can get your domain name, and you can build your own on your own, okay? So, Upstream, like I said, you're gonna need a website. So you're gonna need either a website or a landing page. Also, we like to call them the drop page. Now, basically what a drop page or your website page should look like is basically, it looks similar to a pre-save, but on this page, you're able to collect emails, phone numbers, locations, anything that you decide. It goes as far as your mind can reach, okay? So that's the first thing. So we're gonna need a website or, like I said, a drop page. The simplest and best way that I like to do it is the drop page. So once you go to that drop page, after they gave you their phone number, their email, and submit, so instead of actually doing a pre-save, we sent them to our drop page where we collected all of this information. What then happens from the drop page is automatically after, you can set it so that it does go to the Spotify pre-save, okay? So in the same way that we just collected their phone number, now we're not missing the piece of where our business is starting to get the leverage, where we're starting to build a real fan base and real diehard fans. We're finally collecting the data. Now, after that happens on the drop page, it'll automatically send to a Spotify pre-save where they then can pre-save your song. So we're still getting that algorithmic growth. But the really cool thing about this drop page is we can set it up so that after we go from the drop page, right? Because they did just give us their SMS number or their email. So on.
Are you ready to see your brand on TV? Your competitors will wish they had known about Vibe. With Vibe,
I'm going to show you how to go from 0 beat sales a month to making 6 figures in a single week, every single week for the rest of your life off of selling beats online. All you have to do is buy my beat selling course titled Beat the Odds for $2,300 and your life will change. I'm just playing. If I ever start talking like that, unsubscribe immediately because something went terribly wrong in my life. Now I am working on a beat selling course. It's just taking me forever and it's not going to cost $2,300. Which is funny because I saw this tweet that I posted a while ago and it starts with, I make a living off of beats and music production. There's a weird, oh shit, look at that. The tweet says, I make a living off of beats, music production. There's a weird conspiracy theory that I make a living off of beat courses and YouTube monetization. Of course, at this point, I've never made a beat course in my life. I don't know what people are talking about. But then I broke down all the multiple revenue streams that I actually do have that help create my overall revenue model. Now, the majority of that is selling beats online, which I want to simplify for you. And simple doesn't mean easy, just to be clear, but I want to simplify it for you because a lot of producers complicate it. And then I want to talk about some of the other ways producers can make money.
Yeah, so there's a lot of ways that it's not just like an artist hits you up and they buy the beat. It's like, nah, there's other ways. Like,
money, you as producers, I think you're a producer if you're watching this, how you can make money off of your beats and other musical talents. So let's simplify selling beats online, because selling beats, yeah, great source of income, but easier said than done.
Again, we were just talking about this. He's just showing us a funnel. Like, again, guys, I can't stress this enough, man. These books have really helped me a lot in just like learning about the fucking structures of a funnel and what the funnel is and how to use a funnel and why we use a funnel. Like it's crazy shit, man.
And a lot of producers get paralyzed by fear because they complicate the whole thing, so they never even try. I just want to break that down using the funnel metaphor. Now, this is sales funneling. And the sales funnel is just a general marketing concept. At the top, you have awareness, also known as lead generation. In the middle section, you have lead nurturing. And then at the bottom, you have sales. So in a nutshell, what this basically means, it's not rocket science. You attract people at the top, and then you funnel them slowly or quickly is better, down to the point that they're purchasing. So in this case, this would be awareness that your beats exist. So that's traffic, that's getting ears and eyes on your beats. How do you do that? You get your beats in places where there are artists who potentially could want to buy them. Now, the method I use is the try everything method. That means, oh man, looking at all the places on the internet, places that I might not even know exist. Maybe you know of some emerging platforms like Blue Sky, for example. I just signed up for that. Blue Sky is a new social media platform similar to Twitter and Threads. Are there rappers on that platform? Of course. Maybe you should start posting beats there. You can do it. Because like I said, my method is the try everything method, which is getting your beats in as many places as you possibly can without losing your mind in order to attract a lot of attention and test these platforms out, because you never know which platform is going to work better for you. Some of them might not work. So after a year, you abandon them and you focus on the ones that are working. But of course, there's YouTube. Thankfully, YouTube is not the only one, because YouTube's algorithm can be absolutely terrible. There's RapChat. There's Veloco. Veloco just created a partnership with BeatStars, which makes it way easier, because now if you sign up and you connect BeatStars with Veloco, your beats just automatically populate from BeatStars. You don't even have to do anything. And so that's
And Airbit does the same thing. Airbit got the collab with the BandLab. So like anytime you buy a beat from Airbit, it automatically goes to your BandLab. So again, like these companies fucking fight against each other, and you can actually see the trajectories where they want to go, and you can learn from that, man. Like music business is business, guys. So if you're not learning about the business in general, then you're not gonna get into the music business. Like it's gonna be very, very boring for y'all. So just stick to your music shit. If you want to pay someone to do that shit, I'll take your money. Pay me, and I'll run your fucking music business. But don't be mad when these motherfuckers come at you and they steal your shit because you weren't ready. Like it's plain and simple, guys. Like,
part of the top of your funnel, the awareness, because you have tens of thousands of users of that app potentially seeing your beats, and then you direct them towards the bottom of the funnel via a purchase link. I'll explain more. There's Audio Mac. I've talked about that. There's Threads. SoundCloud is still a thing. People are still searching SoundCloud for beats. Get your beats on those platforms and include a buy link. When I upload a beat to Audio Mac, there is a link right here. Unfortunately, it's not exactly clickable, but it's there. And then also on platforms such as Veloco and RapChat, there is the direct buy link option here, and that will take you directly to whatever link you input. In this case, I put a BeatStars link so people can purchase the beat if they like it. Since we're here, you'll also notice that I have free downloads enabled, and what I do is I ask for an email address in exchange for a free download.
He's keeping all the data,
because
guys.
I collect emails, and now you're a part of my email list, and so I'm nurturing my leads. So I'm at this point right now, because you're a warm audience. You already have expressed an interest in my beats because you downloaded a free tagged MP3. And so when I reach out to you, either via some automation that I set up in MailChimp or just the regular weekly emails that I send out to everyone that's subscribed to my list, I can move over to consideration, because now the lines of communication are open. We're talking. I can answer any questions that a rapper might have about purchasing my beats. Through the conversation, we can cover all these additional layers of the funnel.
Hell yeah, man. Thank you for teaching me all that shit. Yeah. Because again, I want to make all these streams a little bit better, so we're definitely going to chop it up.
And kind of fast track our way to the purchase, because conversations are key. Honestly, a lot of artists, they just want to feel comfortable about spending money with a producer, because a lot of producers don't even check their email, let alone know enough about the music business to have back and forth exchanges. And if the artist has any concerns about the leasing terms or anything like that, well, that conversation is what creates that rapport, sets their minds at ease, and helps them make a decision. You know, we're at the evaluation stage on that funnel. They evaluate your pitch, your sale, and they make the choice to purchase. So basically, the funnel starts wide with your beats being everywhere. Then through your strategy, through your communication, all of that, you direct the audience towards the end of the funnel, which is the purchasing point, probably a BeatStars link. It's a simple concept. You get traffic, you direct it towards your purchase link, but in the middle part, that's where your system comes in. It takes time and experience to systematize those methods. So how else can producers make money off of their talents? Let's go back to that list. Number 2, custom/exclusive beats. If you have a BeatStars Pro page account, then you can add services. I really feel like you're doing yourself a disservice if you're not at least offering services. So for example, I have the exclusive beat Actually, I have an exclusive beat plus hook option here, but I also just have a regular old custom beat option here. All you really have to do is copy and paste this link. You can also include this link in your link tree, whatever you put on social media. But also, if you go to my BeatStars store and you go down to playlists, you'll see I have an exclusive beats playlist. So for the people who are searching Marketplace for exclusive beats, which people will do, there you go. I come up here. The third income stream that I mentioned in my list is royalties. I don't want to get too deeply into that because this is a long conversation. To make it simple, just use a publishing administrator. I used to be with Songtrust. I liked Songtrust. I'm now with BeatStars Publishing, and I didn't leave Songtrust because I was dissatisfied with them. Just to be clear, that I might tell this story someday. It was a really sad story about how I thought I was going to get another deal, so I quit Songtrust, and then I didn't have anybody doing my pub admin for a while until I signed up with BeatStars. In a nutshell, what the publishing administrators do nowadays, which is great, is they collect pretty much every piece of revenue from the...
This is what you were talking about, Max. Literally, the whole song has changed.
With them, just to be clear, that I might tell this story someday. It was a really sad story about how I thought I was going to get another deal, so I quit Songtrust, and then I didn't have anybody doing my pub admin for a while until I signed up with BeatStars. In a nutshell, what the publishing administrators do nowadays, which is great, is they collect pretty much every piece of revenue from the underlying composition side of your copyright. So pretty much everything that a distributor isn't paying you, they're going to collect on. And that includes even microsync royalties from YouTube. So while I think it's really important for you to learn as a producer what this really entails, I'm not going to talk about it because I'm always talking about it. I'm always showing the BeatStars publishing chart and explaining every royalty stream that falls under the underlying composition copyright. We're just not going to do that tonight. My recommendation is to sign up for one of these publishing admins like a BeatStars Publishing, a Songtrust, whatever you think fits you the best. Number 4, I have on-demand beat app royalties. There aren't very many sites that even offer that. I know of 2, and I'm not going to mention one of them because they're always spamming me. But the one that I use is Off Top, and it's kind of sneaky the way their website looks because they created a file sharing service, but it didn't start that way. So you go all the way, and you can even see like there's Cash Money AP. They allude to this being a production marketplace. So if you go all the way down to their FAQ, how do I publish my beats to the mobile app marketplace? Well, it's invite only, but you can apply here. So I'm showing you how to get there. Otherwise, I don't think anyone would know how to actually sign up because it's like a speakeasy. You need to know a password just to get to the application link. Number 6 is major label placements. Easier said than done. And I'll be honest with you, they pay obviously.
I'm telling you, man.
But up until
all this info is out there, guys. It's just that you're not trying to find it, or you just don't know that this shit exists. So like it's you got me, guys, because I've thought about all these situations. I've been through all this stuff. Like it gets cutthroat, but we got people out here that are really making real good content, and they're explaining it why you need all this shit.
I produced hit songs. Those royalty statements weren't shit. Once I did the hits, I'm looking at royalty statements of like $20,000-$30,000, and I'm like, oh man, I'm on. So yeah, my advice to you is go out and produce a hit song. Easy, right? Just do that. I've talked about ways that I think you can maximize your reach when it comes to shopping beats. Some of it's luck, a lot of it's strategy, a lot of it's making good music and working with talented people. Network, I have a lot of videos about that. Number 7, live performances as a DJ. I DJ. It's in my name. People think I'm just bullshitting because I named myself DJ Pain One. Obviously, not everyone knows how to DJ, but I did make a video on my channel. It's called If You Make Beats, Become a DJ. And I explain how to DJ, how to mix records in a way that I think producers will understand. So I connect. I go from the DAW, explaining concepts. Yeah, they do. That's ironic. So I go from explaining how to mix songs, the concept of DJing in a DAW, and then I move on to an actual DJ set. Because it's going to make sense in terms of time signature. So watch that video, because I don't want to watch it right now. Number 8, speaking engagements, workshops, touring. I think that all really comes from having some sort of social proof. So working with artists, getting placements, learning the music business. Honestly, that's a cheat code because most producers don't know the music business, but people in the music business don't know the music business. Most of them don't. So you will have a lot of value that you can add to whatever you're doing if you understand the music business and you get experience actually living it. Number 10, brand partnerships. Are you seeing the type of stuff that Tantu Beats is doing? Look at this guy. He got a Duolingo brand deal. He's got the bird is making beats with him. But look at that. He's having the time of his goddamn life making beats with the bird. But how did he get to that point? Check out his social media. I mean, if you're comfortable getting in front of a camera and performing the way he is, his Instagram is a great study. He's doing brand deals like crazy. He did one with some potato chip company. He was making beats with chips. I'm not making that up. But look at his social media posts. Look at his Instagram posts. They're fun. They're engaging. They're entertaining. We're all influenced by something. If we want to make beats, we're influenced by our favorite producers. If we want to make content, then look at the producers who are doing that at a high level. And lastly, this is an important one because I didn't include it on the list originally, which I regret. It's getting your beats on streaming platforms. This is something I don't do nearly enough of, but I've done it and I've gotten tens of thousands of plays on my beats. I didn't even market them. They're just people search for beats on Spotify and Apple Music. They just do. If we go to Spotify right now and search tight beats, look what comes in. If we click on Beats by Lee, his 21 Savage tight beat is at 110,000. Claim your space on Spotify for artists, for example. People can follow you on Spotify. People can discover your beats on Spotify. And you got to figure if you were uploading enough beats, one, a lot of people might just start listening to them because people listen to instrumentals. And if you grow a following, you may start getting paid from streams. But if rappers are listening, they're listening, they're freestyling, they might fall in love with your beats and then reach out to you and make a purchase. Now, to be clear, this isn't really a weird thing. It's just a lot of producers don't do it, but it's certainly not against any sort of rules or laws for you to take the beats that you upload to your beat store and put them on Spotify. For example, let me show you Tundra Beats, right? Tundra Beats has 16 million plays on one of his beats, Perfect Day. Go to his YouTube channel. I interviewed him about this. It's right there. And maybe he doesn't have it on his BeatStars, but he certainly could. If you own the beat, you can certainly license it both to people who are interested in purchasing that beat to rap on, or you can license it via the DSPs to the streaming platform at the same time. So if you haven't done that, go to tolost.com. They're not sponsoring this video, but they sponsor our podcast. Use the code MEC and you can get 3 free months of premium music distribution. You can get your beats on Spotify. You can get your beats on Pandora, Apple Music, everywhere. 3 months is a long time. You could upload hundreds of beats to the platforms. Just take the same beats you're putting on your BeatStars and put them on Too Lost and get them to Spotify and Apple Music. Use the code MEC. It helps us if you do it. It helps me if you do this. It helps you because what are you waiting for? This way you don't have to pay to get your beats there. There's no risk in that case. So basically, there are many ways to make money in the music business if you create music. And if you're a producer, those were some of the ways that you can increase your revenue streams and create a more diverse and stable revenue model for yourself. Hopefully that helps. Much success to you no matter what you do. And if you have any additional suggestions for revenue streams that producers can use or websites to upload beats to, please drop that in a comment. I certainly want to learn about new platforms. Maybe I can spread the word as well. Appreciate you. Peace.
Let me show you why I stopped paying for all my other sample libraries.
Pretty good video right there.
What's good, everybody? You already know who it is, man. It's your boy, Tway, man. And we're back today, and I'm gonna be showing you guys what it takes to get a vocal that sounds like this.
Reach inside my pocket, see the light, or a shine. Hit that night shift, oh, I'm way too bright.
So let's get right into it. Now, the first thing that I want to talk to you guys about when it comes to getting that full, present, just focused vocal sound in your entire mix is to actually think about it as the entire mix. When I go into mixing vocals, I'm thinking about it in its entirety. How does that vocal sound at the end? This is a process. That full, perfect vocal sound is going to take place in its entirety from the mixing to the mastering phase. So I'm going to actually step by step show you guys some key techniques and key philosophies that I like to go through when I'm building this actual vocal out, from the mixing, the cleanup phase to that mastering mix bus phase. Let's get right into this. Brang, dang, dang, you know who it is, man. Let's get it. So as you guys can see on the screen right now, we have our main vocal right here. So looking at our main vocal, we're going to be looking at this track right here, okay? Now, as you can see, we have about 4 different effects on this track, and then we're sending these vocals off to our aux, okay? This aux right here where most of our vocal processing is happening. But I first want to start on this right here because this is a very important part, at least to me, which is kind of like that cleanup phase, okay? But this cleanup phase can happen either in the beginning or it can happen while I'm actually mixing the actual vocal here, okay? Because what happens is, say I'm actually getting to EQing the vocal and I'm compressing the vocal and I start to hear things that I need to clean up, okay? Then I might come back to the actual track and start cleaning it up. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and start listening to what I had to clean up in this vocal.
Oh, why you calling like collections type? Niggas attitude on selfish addict, don't you hear my line?
All right, now, if you were listening to that vocal, what is the first thing that you heard? Go ahead and comment that down right now, okay? Now, if you've heard the same thing that I'm hearing the actual bleed from the headphones while the artist was recording. Shout out my guy Saint from SC. So let's go ahead and listen to that one more time, and then we'll show you how we are kind of processing that.
Reach inside my pocket, see the light, or a shine. Hit that night shift, ho, I'm way too bright.
Okay, so the first thing that I'm gonna do, guys, is this cleanup phase. Now, why is this cleanup phase important? Because a lot of times we're not, like I said, using the right proper headphones. Maybe the volume is turned up too loud, so we need to start cleaning these things out of here. So one of my favorite plugins that I like to just throw on every track that needs this type of cleanup is this plugin here that I like. It's called Clear. It's from a company named Supertone. Now, this is kind of using algorithmic type of processes, but basically, as you can see, we have the ambience here, we have the voice here, and we have the voice reverb here. So say you're actually in a room and it's capturing a lot of your room and it's getting the room's reverb. Well, we can simply mute this out or we can actually take it down. All right, same with the ambience, and then this is the voice itself. So in this case, what I just simply do a lot of the times is go ahead and mute out the ambience, and I like to mute out the voice reverb. So we're gonna start off with this Clear, and like I said, we took off the ambience and the reverb. Now the next thing that I did on this actual track here was actually got rid of some of the noise that I found was peeking in as I was processing the vocals. So let's go ahead and listen to what this sounded like, okay?
Reach inside my pocket, see the light. Shift, ho, I'm way too bright.
Let's go ahead and move this up, okay? Let's move this up so you can hear what I was actually hearing. Okay, so it's kind of like a ringing noise, okay? So that ringing noise was solo just there, but I actually went and dragged that down because we wanted to take some of that bad metallic-y sounds that we were getting through this microphone that was really popping out as we were processing this vocal. So let's go ahead and do that now. All right, the same thing with this up here in the 5300 hertz range right here. I found that same type of sound as well. So around the 3000 range and the 5300 hertz range, we wanted to take out those two frequencies because what ended up happening was it started to round out a lot more. And I'll play this actually when we start to get into the actual full processing. But this is the cleanup phase, and we're just getting rid of the things that we want to get rid of before. What if I told you a simple drag and drop can have your music sounding like this?
Just let me know when you're ready. Keep right up, I keep it steady. I make sure you can't like I'm heady.
Or like this.
How'd I hop up out that whip, I had to caught me some courage. You was driving in that lamb, I was whipping in that yours.
Or like this. Or
Auto-Tune Unlimited, the most powerful collection of vocal production tools in the world. Trusted by today's biggest names and inspiring tomorrow's legends. An Auto-Tune Unlimited subscription is the fastest way to put the power of the pros in your hands. 22 professional plugins worth over $3,000, starting at $14.58 a month. Tune vocals, build harmonies, and experiment with effects. Auto-Tune Unlimited, vocals without limits.
It's 9:15. How am I already underwater?
I'm in the same boat.
I'm in an actual boat.
I thought Grammarly just fixed grammar. They make boats now?
It's more of a metaphorical boat.
Because I've been using Grammarly's AI for years to keep me high and dry. Try it. Grammarly can look through your writing to make it easier to understand. See? Shorter.
Oh.
Clearer.
Cool.
And better. Now people will get what you're trying to say, and you won't be flooded with confused emails.
Can you do mine?
No problem. Your writing's good, but your word choices could be better.
Wow.
Now your writing is as confident as you are.
Oh, well, what about our proposal?
Let me take a look. Woof. You'll be in deep water if you show this to the CEO. Grammarly can point out what's missing. Right there. The CEO will want to see a deadline. And here you should connect the projections back to company strategy.
Yeah, how could I do that? Mia, can you do a deep dive?
On it. 10% higher revenue by next year.
I'm sending it in.
The CEO loves it. Budget and headcounts are approved.
Let's get everyone on board. I meant figuratively.
Download Grammarly for free.
Like this.
What kind of lady you are? I swear you shine like a star. I bet your mama was a freak. And your daddy was a ball player for sure.
I'm sure you get it by now. Now, if you're trying to save money, time, and actually get the sound that you're looking for, the Wave Monopoly vocal presets are exactly for you. Now, these presets come in a bunch of different DAWs like FL Studios, Logic, Pro Tools, Studio One, GarageBand, you name it, it's there in both waves and stock versions. That means you don't have to have a bunch of extra plugins for it to work for you. And psst, once you get it, it's yours forever. So if you're trying to level up your sound and get your vocal quality right, head to wavemonopoly.com and let's make them hits. We start processing the vocals, you're gonna start hearing a lot of these unwanted frequencies, these unwanted artifacts, and we wanted to take these out. So we did that on this level. And of course, we went with our regular auto tuning and we went ahead and put the actual RVox on the channel, because why I did that, I put the RVox on the channel to bring more presence to the vocal in general. Okay, so let's go ahead and add that, and I'll play these back, like I said, when we get into the processing phase, which we're gonna do right now. But right there is what I kind of call that cleanup and setting the stage. So with all those effects though, this is what it sounds like with the vocal.
Reach inside my pocket, see the light, or a shine. Hit that night shift, oh, I'm way too bright. I don't owe you, why you calling like collections type? Niggas attitude on selfish addict, don't you hit my line, nigga. I don't even use my ringer, I just let it vibe. I ain't picking that shit up unless I catch a vibe.
Okay, so we're starting to get to the point that we want to get to, but we're not quite there yet. Now what I'm going to do is show you how I actually go about toning this vocal, how I want it to sound when it's sitting in this mix, in conjunction, better word, in conjunction with this, because we're not trying to separate this. We want this vocal to fall right in line with what the music is actually doing. So let's go ahead and show you how we actually totally shape this thing, right? We try to get this thing plastic surgery, so we try to get in there deep. So let's go ahead and show you how we're doing this thing. All right, let's get it. So the first thing, as you guys can see, we have a simple de-esser, nothing special. Let's go ahead and apply that, and as you can see, we have an EQ here. Now all we're doing in the EQ is kind of shaping out this vocal. So let's listen to this vocal without the EQ and with the EQ. Let's listen to it.
Reach inside my pocket, see the light, or a shine. Hit that night shift, oh, I'm way too bright. I don't owe you, why you calling like collections type? Niggas attitude on selfish addict, don't you hit my line, nigga. I don't even use my ringer, I just let it vibe. I ain't picking that shit up unless I catch a vibe. Reach inside my pocket, see the light, or a shine. Hit that night shift, oh, I'm way too bright. I don't owe you, why you calling like collections type? Niggas attitude on selfish addict, don't you hit my line, nigga.
Okay, so as you can hear, it's really cleaning up that vocal, getting rid of a lot of that unwanted body that we're looking for, and just trimming that vocal down. Okay, we're trying to get it in shape. We're trying to give it that real tight sound. So let's go into the next thing. Now, I went into using the virtual mix rack from Slate Digital because what I was looking for with this compressor was not looking for nothing too strong, too gritty, nothing way too up front. So I'm not gonna use a 1176 style compressor. What I went with is actually the FG2A, which is a CLA2A emulation. So what I was more looking for was more of a smoother tone sounding compressor, more of an opto compressor, and we went with that right here. So as you can see, we're not taking too much out of it when we're doing the compression.
Reach inside my pocket, see the light.
Okay, or anywhere from 3 to 5 dB gain reduction. And then as you can see, I actually added kind of this distressor type of compressor here because I did want a little bit of grit, right? So this distressor is really good because it adds a little bit of that distortion in there. As you can see, we're choosing the distortion setting too. But what's really dope about this compressor and how I like to think about compression is actually giving us a tonality, right? It's giving us a texture. So what I was looking for was a little bit of character, but I didn't want too much character to stand outside of this because it's kind of like a floaty, nice melodic track. So I wanted to keep it relatively smooth, but I did want it to have some character. So we added this distressor right here, just smoothing out this vocal as well while giving it some character. So we added those two. So when you're thinking about compressors, start to understand the job of a compressor, of course, to control the dynamics, but as well as what does that compressor sound like and what is it doing to that vocal. So let's go ahead and listen to the vocal with just the FG2A. Let's go ahead and listen to it.
Reach inside my pocket, see the light. Or a shine, hit that night shift, oh, I'm way too bright. I don't owe you, why you calling like collections type?
Okay, sounding really smooth, meshing with the track. And let's go ahead and hear it with the FG stress right here. And just listen to the tone, the texture that it gives the vocals in comparison with the track. Let's go ahead.
Reach inside my pocket, see the light. Or a shine, hit that night shift, oh, I'm way too bright. I don't owe you, why you calling like collections type? Niggas attitude on selfish addict, don't you hit my line, nigga. I don't even use my ringer, I just let it vibe.
So if you can listen really closely, if you have headphones, if you're listening on your speakers, you're gonna hear that little bit of grit, that little bit of edge we're getting by adding this compressor on the back end. So that's why we did that. Now, the next thing that we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you this multi-band compressing move that I like to do on vocals, which you've probably seen a lot of people do, but it's basically kind of trimming out some of that low, because what happens is when you start speaking into the mic, naturally what's going to happen is the mic is going to add more volume to frequencies than other frequencies. So when more of that frequency is...
Go make some beats again. Go make some beats. Let's go listen to some. Make a couple beats real quick. Detroit. That's a pretty good one. I'll do this one. Let's go. Where's beat? All right. $140. No, that's not it. pretty badass. Come on to the next one real quick. I mean, these are pretty good, man. I'm telling y'all, man. Like, it's not that hard, man. Like, there's so much shit out here that you just come up with stuff and, like, bro. And people are willing to work with each other, bro. Like, that's the thing. Like, yeah, that's the beauty about this stuff, right? Like, it's just, are you willing to fucking do the work as well? Because people are doing the work, man. You know, there's a reason why there's different types of roles in this fucking industry. Like, let's see, you gotta learn how to fucking actually, like, are you good at samples? Are you good with you know, making drums? Are you good at making fucking like playing the guitar? Like, all this shit, right? And then there's good people that's like, all right, I know how to bring everything together. Like, being an executive producer is a fucking role, man. Or being a fucking admin, and, you know, running a label, like an A&R, like all this shit it takes talent, and it takes work and ethic. And you gotta fucking figure that shit out. Like, what do you like doing, you know? But again, there's tons of people that are willing to fucking work with you, man. So much fucking resources, so much stuff that there's kind of no excuse, right? Make these all these fucking unique. What key are we in? Sweet Flatline. This is slow. Fuck. Yes, dude. Alrighty, guys. I'm gonna fucking call it a stream right there, man. Gotta go get some shit done. But I'll probably be on later on tonight. Join